I have this collection of the versions of the Supreme Soul. Okay. I'm not going to go through all of them because it will get too long. It will get lengthier and lengthier. But I would like to point out some of his powerful statements. That way you would know that this is not coming from any human being. It's coming from the Supreme Soul. You will get that feeling from him when you listen to him. All the statements you will listen directly from him. But right now, since you have not received his recognition, I just wanted to bring into your attention to develop that faith in him. So when you listen to him, you can feel him. Okay. So in this statement, God said, he's using the authority. Basically, Father says, I, the one who always stay in the stage of the self, have come before you children now. You come in the cycle of birth and death. Birth after birth, you come in the grip of the body. You come in the grip of the 5 elements. You start thinking about others. You come in the engulfment of birth. I never think about others. I'm the one who always think of the self. Therefore, if you remember me, you too will go to heaven. Okay, so he's not just selecting few souls and telling. Okay, he is telling all of them, all the souls who even became from human beings from deities. Okay, and the souls of the other religions as well. Okay, so everyone. So I thought I found it very powerful. I thought I will share it with you. In here, God says that those deities of Golden Age and Silver Age studied the knowledge from the One. Okay, they follow the direction of the One. See, they have received the attainment based on the knowledge. Okay, right now, we are going to explore this. We are considering Krishna as a god of the Gita, which is one of the biggest mistakes, other than God is omnipresent. So we are going to explore, some of through some of its biography that is in the scriptures, which doesn't really match with the personality of God, okay, which is matching with the personality of the deities. Deities are bhogi. You already have known the difference by now. So looking at all the things that you have heard about Ram and Krishna, now try to match with this understanding that you have received now. You will clearly say that this is not a personality of the God, because there should not be any conflict. Okay, this fits into the personality of the deity soul. Okay, so it should be very obvious to you now, okay, knowing the difference between God and the soul, and the human soul and the deity souls. Deity soul, which are also the human souls. Okay, so they took deities also took the teachings from one guru, which is true Sadguru, and became deities. Okay, so human beings becomes deities, deities become again ordinary human beings, and again the cycle just goes on and on and on. Okay, and I think we have mentioned this earlier. One of the just like God doesn't have mind. For some amount of time, deities don't use their mind. Okay, they remain constantly in the soul conscious stage, but it's for limited amount of time. Okay, for those during that time only, they are not called human beings. Okay, they started being called human beings from the copper age only. Okay, even though they are human beings, but they are the elevated creation, okay, of human beings. So they are known as deities only for Golden Age and Silver Age. Okay, because they do possess the characteristics which is equal to God. Okay, they remain happy, but they are still they are in descending stage. Okay, in the path of bhakti, you have seen the picture of the ladder, right? I'm going to show it to you. So look at this, even their happiness is decreasing, the quality of the happiness. So, but God remains constant. Even though they are not using their mind, they're experiencing happiness, but the quality of the happiness reduces. And God is being the ocean of happiness. his quality, he's always happy. His quality of happiness never reduces, even slightest. Okay, so that's why he's constant all the time. Okay, that's why there is a saying, right, in the path of bhakti, that hold on, this is in this one that I want to share it with you. So we already have worshipped God with this mantra so many times, right? Purnamidam, Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnam Udichyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnam Mema, Purnam Eva Vashishyati. Okay, so just like unlike deities, God is complete. If we extract completeness out of completeness, it still remains complete. It isn't exhausted, meaning that one is ever pure. Right. So in here, if we look at in the ladder, look at the deities. Okay, deities are just descending. Okay, they are the one who were worship worthy. Okay, at once upon a time. Okay, look, Ram Sita, it's in a descending stage. The most elevated is Lakshmi Narayan. That's why there is no deformation of Narayan, because it's elevate creation. That's why God says, I make you from ordinary human being to Narayan. So we have to understand that that's why he gives us the aim, because it's elevated creation of God. Okay, as we go down, we descend. Okay, as far as our attainment. Okay, and with the Ram, I'm going to you will know a lot of secrets. Okay, over the period of time. But that the name that in the scriptures, it is referring to one entity. Okay, so only one entity which is we are worshipping as in form of God, which is the memorial of the confluence age. This is the confluence age, okay, which is the most elevated of all. That's where when we go, do you see from bottom to top? This is like a ladder here, okay, all the way to the top. This is the Purushottam Sangam Yuga. Okay, so everything that is done here, whoever the one entity, okay, God has made elevated, number one Narayan, he is the one. Okay, he's worshipped as Ram, he's worshipped as we can say as a Sangam Yogi Krishna. Okay, so whoever has worshipped in the path of Bhakti Venkateshwar, anything, doesn't matter which part of religion, which part of India you belong to, and whoever you believe, it's all memory is all for him. Even in the other religion, right? Adam is the image of God. He's the one, the most elevated. Okay, he's the true Jesus. He's the true Ibrahim. Okay, so we have already known the true meaning of Ibrahim, right? So everything in the scriptures, the name is based on the task. But we considered as that human being who established that religion to be that representation, to be that person with that name. But that name, which is very famous in the world, which all the people are majority of the people are really believing, it's not on that person, it is the person, this one entity through which God transformed the world. Okay, that we will understand, not to get confused, but just a point I wanted to make, how deities fall down. Here, they are the one who becomes a worshipper as well, worship worthy and worshipper. They start the puja. Okay, first Vyabhichari Bhakti and then Vyabhichari Bhakti later. Okay, so they degrade, or when they become human beings, they degrade. That's why we are falling down with bhakti. We should be going up. But why are we continuously falling down? Because bhakti has become impure. They don't know even the complete truth. So that's why deities cannot be God. Okay. With this authority, he says with such authority that I am the one who established deity religion. Okay, clearly differentiating between creator and creation. Okay, once again, which means he had done it before, he's doing it again. Okay, there is the kingdom of deities in the beginning, in the middle there is the kingdom of Rama, now it is the end. This is in here, our vision should be such that our thoughts should be so pure. Okay, that will be called the most elevated world, the best creation in the world. Okay, it is created only at this time, which is the elevated conference age. Okay, it is the best creation in the world of 5,000 years. They are called deities. Okay, so again, confirming these are the versions of the Supreme Soul Himself. Okay, God says, "Oh Arjun, do such deeds that you become Narayan from a man. Oh Nari, Draupadi, do such deeds that you become Lakshmi from a woman. And make you such a deity who is not at all defamed in the world." Okay, every deity, they have a praise of 33 crore deities. They all are being defamed. Only one deity which is not defamed is the Narayan. And I give you the aim to become like that. Okay. And then God says, I come and teach the study of Raj Yoga for that only. Okay. So in the scriptures, actually, in other religions, this is a very good proof actually why deities cannot be God. Okay. What God is saying, it is making sense. Okay. Now when we relate this story with it, Adam and Hawa, Adam and Eve, we all know the story that is popular in Christianity and Muslim and Islam. Okay, so about how, right, they do believe Adam was in heaven. Okay, started the heaven, and they were happy. They are shown to be naked. If you see a movie, even the vicious human beings. Okay, but they took it in a bodily sense. In here, God is saying that you were soul conscious. You were not aware of your body. Okay, but what happened when he was told, don't eat this fruit? Okay, don't become body conscious. When you will become body conscious, then then you will fall down. But in the story it says just don't eat the fruit from this tree. But what happens, the snake, okay, is influencing the Eve to eat that fruit, and Eve eats it, then Adam eats it. Okay, then what happens? Okay, they become body conscious and they are thrown to in the world of hell. Okay, so it is what is God is explaining that in a true sense right now, that the deities became human beings. Okay, by becoming body conscious. Okay, the fruit is nothing; it's the fruit. Okay, God says, God told them, you go to Jannat, but be aware of one thing: do not eat gandum, the apple fruit, the body fruit, which is in Jannat. Okay, Muslims say gandum for wheat, which is a shape of wheat, is like organ of the female among the human beings. Okay, hint was given towards it. Do not experience the happiness of the body. This is the dirty happiness. By experiencing this happiness, the power of the body is lost. Okay, gandum is what I call gandum fruit. Okay, it's nothing like this. There is nothing like this fruit. Indulging in vices itself is the gandum fruit. Okay, experiencing the pleasure of the corrupt organs itself is gandum fruit. Okay, the most corrupt organ is the vice of lust, kamendriya. Okay, but in the golden age and silver age, the children were born through power of yoga, or the connection of the elevated senses, which is eyes. Okay, so so God says that this is what it real mean. Its real meaning. Okay, that's why deities cannot be God. Okay, so one thing also to make a note of: Kalatit Kalyan Kalpantkari. Okay, so Kalpantkari is not a name given the name to any deities. Okay, it is for Kalpantkari. Only Shiv. It is a phrase of when Shiv comes in Shankar. Okay, that's when he ends the kalpa. Okay, so kalpankari cannot be given to anyone else. When Shiv enters Shankar, Shiv as a Shiv Shankar, he is given that name of kalpankari. Okay. One thing also to note: if deities would be God, Okay, they would have told us, their biography of how they became deities. We don't have anything in the scriptures, okay, about anything how they became God. They don't even know that. Okay, so when God comes and he also tells them, look, you became deity like this, I made you. Okay, and then it is only in the confluence age that God is revealing that secret. Okay, so in that sense also, deities are not God. One thing to understand, okay, deities are never Icha Matram Avidya. Okay, they are Bhogi. So how can they give any teachings to become Icha Matram Avidya? Okay, if the Narayana or Krishna would be God, if Arjun is becoming that Narayan, okay, Icha Matram Avidya, how can Krishna, who is not Icha Matram Avidya, can give the teaching to Arjun to become Narayan, right? So only Narayan is only one, right? Number one, Narayan is only one who becomes Nar to Narayan. So if Krishna is the one who is the Narayan, okay, then how would he tell Arjun to become Narayan? Okay, yeah, like Narayan is different thing. Okay, but become Narayan, he cannot say that. So Krishna himself becomes Narayan, but Shiv, with the teachings of Shiv, Krishna himself is the Arjun. Okay, but in here we have differentiated Arjun from Krishna. Okay, so Krishna in the real sense, the deity, the way we are worshiping Krishna has two meaning to its name. One is black, one is to attract. Okay, so we have to understand in the context what we are seeing here. Okay, so Krishna, who is impure, he becomes pure, who attracts everyone with the help of Shiv. Okay, when he attains the study from Shiv, knowledge from Shiv, and he completes his effort, he becomes the one who attracts everyone with the after having being colored by the company of Shiv. So we have to understand that. Okay, so through the power of Shiv, he attracts everyone. So in that sense also we have to think, we cannot really through blind faith we can consider him to be the God. Okay, in the next recording I will send you something to read on your own. I think it's the best thing. Read on your own, it will make sense to you. Okay, and to understand that deities cannot be God. If it doesn't apply to one, it should not apply to any of the deities, right? If it falsifies for one, it has to be falsified for everybody else. So that's why it should make sense. Okay, deities are pure, but in our ideals, some of them are shown to be black. Okay, like one of the in here the memorial, like a Jagannath temple. Okay, deities, the Jagannath temple shown with no hands. Deities have all the organs. Actually, on one side they are worshipping as a they have that Padkamal, Netra Kamal. So all the organs of the deities are worshipped. And on one side, they have not shown Jagannath as a deity, but no hands. Okay, what is that? It is conflicting. One side you're worshipping, one side you are just insulting by not having them any hands. Okay, so we have shown black. So that's why we have to question all this. How can it's conflicting? Why children are so fearful by seeing Mahakali, okay, in a horror form. So deities are not horror, they are so sweet and innocent. So we have to understand all these characteristics are of the confluence stage right now, the effort making stage. They are impure and then they become pure. Okay, so that tapasya is shown in the Mount Abu temple, Dilwara, one of the temples in Mount Abu, very famous temples. In Dilwara temple, that's what they have shown. Deities, the effort making form is at the down, okay, and then on the top they have the complete form as a higher stage. Okay, that's why God has mentioned it in Dilwara temple, how Adam is sitting in tapasya along with his children. These are the children of Prajapita Brahma. Okay, they are of the household path. Okay, so they have this. So there is a temple of two kinds of ideals. One is of white ideals that are sitting in tapasya, and other of the black ideals. The black ideals certainly follow the path of knowledge, but they perform black actions. Okay, and then so that the temple is of black ideals. The temple is high in the big Dilwara temple as well. Okay, so it should make sense. It's a memorial of our effort making stage as well as becoming complete through the same body that we receive. Okay, so that's why there's some places you will see white ideals like a Shvetamba, Digambar, right? Some places you will see the black ideals. And this is also referring to the two groups that we were mentioning, Rudramala, Vijayamala. Okay, the kings are impure, but after making effort, they become pure through the impure body itself. Okay, so all these things you have to, you have to pay attention. Like a shivling is shown black before it was not. Okay, the shivling is most worshipped. Why is it black? Is they find it, they wear it at the funeral. Okay, it's so they say that not like auspicious color, bring the feeling of sadness. Okay, that's why they wear at the funeral. Okay, so I like kind of it's a symbol of like in a way also bad luck, right? But anyways, so I hope it makes sense to you. Okay. See in here it says, certainly you children have made the Purusharth of a high state, therefore they too have shown heaven above. Okay, you have ruled in the stage above and have done tapasya in the stage below. You are doing it now. You are Raja Rishi. Rishi means pure. Okay, so in that sense also deities cannot be God. Okay, one thing also to understand. Okay, see if deities are God, then why would it would say Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. See, if in the Bhagavad Gita, they say it is spoken, Krishna spoke in Copper Age, first of all. Okay, they say the world of Narayan is in Silver Age, in the Golden Age, which there is a long gap between Golden Age to Copper Age. Okay, and we know the bodies are perishable, right? So how can the same person who was ruling as a Narayan, how can he come as a Krishna? Okay, it doesn't really make sense, right? In both of the ages, how can you say there was kind of the incarnation of the like avatars of the you can say God in the same form. Okay, so that is also something to think about, right? And if God would be there, he would uplift the world, but the world started going down. That is the other point to think about. The third is, okay, like in the sense of going from copper age to iron age, the world is degrading. Okay, and the third, what I'm trying to here bring attention to, Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. In the Bhagavad Gita, if it's spoken by Krishna, then why would God say Yuge Yuge? I will come within the end of remember we understood the true meaning of Yuge Yuge. Okay, end of the previous cycle, beginning of the new cycle. Right? So in that sense also it doesn't make sense. Again, if you're confused, we can talk about it, but I hope it should make sense to you. So this is the image that is saying, look, this is the same person who becomes Narayan has become the ordinary human being by the end of the end of the cycle. We will know them. Okay, who is Ram, who is Krishna? Will come to know about them. Okay, so it will be very clear to you. Okay, God Himself says in here that What is the method of getting transferred from a human being to a deity? That Raj Yoga, which the Supreme Soul Shiv comes and teaches in this world, through that Raj Yoga, they transport themselves from degraded ones to what? They make themselves pure. Okay, they transform the vicious souls into soul without vices. Example, deity. Who is the maker? Supreme Soul Shiv through Shankar. Okay, so we have to know Shankar. In here, God says deity soul can never enter in the impure world. Okay, so in that sense also, we cannot see Krishna exist in the copper age. Okay. I don't know if you had mentioned this earlier, but deities are not, Krishna is not worshipped in all the religions, neither Ram. Okay. The only one praise of there is only the praise of one, which is Adam in all the religions. Okay. Not any other deities. So we cannot really claim deities to be God because they have to be, it has to be believed by everybody else. Okay, and we all know that creator and creation cannot be the same. Okay, we already have understood that very nicely. To bring it into attention, see, deities in the scriptures, they say they had guru. Okay, if deities are God, they cannot have any guru because God himself is true Sadguru. In here, God says this is just one knowledge of Gita that one Father himself explains when he comes. I myself teach you Raj Yoga. Okay, the one which is filled with secrets. It contains the secret of becoming Narayan from a man. No one else can explain this secret at all. It is called the spiritual knowledge. Okay, it is not bodily knowledge and it is only happen at this time. Nobody else can narrate this true knowledge of God. Also to make a note of, okay, when we compare deities with God, okay, deities are not given the title of Paramatma. Only Shiv has given the title of Paramatma. Okay, we say Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Okay, Shiv himself is the truth. Okay, he's beautiful because he's truth and benevolent. Okay, Satyam, Shivam. Shiv means benevolent, Sundaram. Okay, so that's why Brahma Devtai Namaha, Vishnu Devtai Namaha, Shankar Devtai Namaha, Shiv Paramatma Namaha. Okay, so that's why it is a praise. And Shiv Jayanti, okay, we say in a memorial of him coming into this world. And the Shiv Ratri is only the biggest festival celebrated out of all. And the Shivling is worshipped the most. Okay, and then in the old temples, they used to have Shivling in the middle and all the deities on the side, which says that the one who is sitting in the middle is the father, and everybody else around him, even Shankar's ideals are shown in old temple, that all the deities are around the Shivling. One is father, others are children, creator and creation. Okay, I hope it makes sense. I also have a picture of that. Let me show you. Okay, something like this. Okay, that Shivling was in the middle, and then all the ideals in the old temples that's how they used to have. Okay, before they would have Shankar's ideal also, but Shivling was kept middle. So he's the father, and others are the children around him. God himself says in here, highest on high God comes and gives them the highest on high advice. Narayan will not be called the most elevated. No deity will be called so either. The deities are just elevated. The one who makes those deities into deities is the most elevated. That's why there's a praise, right? Highest is your name, highest is your place, highest is your task. It is only for one. Highest on high is one. Okay, deities are high, but highest on high is Supreme Soul Shiv. Okay, so that's why we have to go beyond our limited understanding and really connect with the true God who is here. Very beautiful. God says, what does he bring when he comes? The knowledge, the true knowledge. Okay, the gems of knowledge will become your true gems. The degree that there is the knowledge in one's intellect, to that degree one will become rich in the world. Same thing here. Okay, if I imbibe all his knowledge, then I become deity, the highest on high deity, and the highest on a human being, okay, throughout the cycle. This is a very good point. Okay, I liked it very much. See, if God himself is going, is the creator of all these body religions and divisions, okay, then why would he talk about destroying them? Very important. In the Bhagavad Gita, there is a sloka, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Bhaja. Leave all the other religions and come into and surrender to me. Okay, so if God created them, why would he talk about destroying all the religion and establishes religiousness? A religion is only there, right? When there are a lot of religion. If he would created them, then why would he talk about I need to establish righteousness, religiousness, okay, and destroy all the other religion? And then all in the other scriptures also it has mentioned establishing one religion. That means that one religion has to be most elevated, right? It can't be body religion because God is destroying all the body religions. Okay, he can't be conflicting. He just said, I taught Arjun, be soul, swadharme, that is your dharam. On the other side, he will establish body religion. That is contradicting, right? So it doesn't make sense. So in that sense also, okay, we have to understand that deities, Hindus are only worshipping the deities. Deities will not just say if they are God, okay, that this is the only the right religion to follow. Okay, so it needs to body religion. I'm talking about the bodily way you worship the deities. Okay, God established the soul conscious religion. Even though God establishes the deity religion, but he establishes the true sense. He takes all the special souls from all the religions, okay, and he establishes the soul conscious religion, okay, which is the deitism. Okay, right now we are just taking deity religion in the body conscious way, Hindus. But God does not really do that. So deities cannot be God because of that limited understanding. Okay. And it's important to understand, okay, in the scriptures, it is all shown physical war. Okay, through the stories of deities. Deities have fought physically, and even Krishna is shown to give the knowledge in the battlefield. Well, there is no fight when they are deities. It's a world of happiness. And God never causes any kind of fight. He's here to stop all the fight. Okay, not just there and let have any kind of physical war, violence to happen. He's here to even forget about he's here to even help us finish the negative thoughts. Forget about the physical war. That is the biggest violence. Okay, so he's here to tell us how to fight against the vice of lust through pure thoughts. Then how can there be a question of physical war? Okay, so deities do not fight. So in that sense also, the understanding that we have received, yes, they will fight the war when they become human beings. Okay, they don't remain completely pure. So in that sense too, we have to understand that these are all the write-ups in the scriptures are of human beings, not God. In the scriptures, like God said, like many things in the scriptures, it has a lot of significance. That's why God is bringing us our attention, because they have followed my path of, basically trying to depict that essence. Okay, but they don't know how to present that essence, even though with the names and the representation in a physical way, it is telling something which is in a spiritual way. Okay, but the thing is, people don't know. They took it that as a literal sense. This is what happened. Okay, these stories are again there to help us connect spiritually, but the stories itself have taken as reality. Okay, So that's why God is taking those same stories and presenting in a right way, in the right context, which is connected to right time. Okay, that just like the little children, we tell the story. It might not happen, right? The fiction, but it is bringing some message. Same thing, all the stories in the scriptures about deities, it is giving us, it is telling us something about them. Okay, that and then about the time when all these things occurred. But we, since we didn't remember about the confluence age, we never had any recollection that this really didn't happen. It is just it is bringing that it's our life, our spiritual journey of all of us, the deity souls. It is representing that our internal spiritual journey, not in the physical sense that we made during the time of the confluence age when we made effort. And we all took it in a literal sense as being body conscious. Okay, I hope it makes sense to you what I'm trying to say. Okay, these are some of the references from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Will not take long. It's almost done. Okay, so in here, the main thing I'm just going to highlight, I'm not going to read out everything. Okay, in this slok, God is saying that creation and deities are his creation. Okay, deities are not God. So that's what one of the thing. Okay, there's a couple more sloks. We're just going to real quick go through it just to highlight main things. Okay, God says that when he mentions about having that 4 divisions, one of the division is deities, Brahmin to deities. Okay, so that is also we have to understand that in that sense also deities cannot be God, it says creation. And also some of the references in Bhagavad Gita, it says if you worship deities, you receive this attainment. If you worship gods, you will receive this attainment. If you worship me, you attain this quality of supremacy. So in that sense, he's differentiating between deities and God. Okay. And then in this slok, in chapter 10, there are some sloks he's clearly indicating that neither deities nor the great sages know me. Very clearly, no human gurus cannot be God, neither deities cannot be God. That's why God cannot be omnipresent. Okay, so in that sense, deities cannot be God either. Okay, in here also again, God says, neither the deities nor the demons know me, my avyakt nature. So that should be very, very clear. Right, and then also God has says that I come in an ordinary body. He never says I come in a deity body. So how can deity be God? So in this sloka, it is very clear. God says as all the deities too are always eager to see this form. Okay, which means deities didn't know God, right? Okay, so let's see any other slok that I need to refer to. See, Param Brahma Shiv is even the Guru of Shankar, Supreme Father, Supreme Souls, before the deities. That is why the name comes before Shankar. Okay, so Shiv is the highest of all. We have to understand that. Okay, I think anything else that I am missing here that I didn't indicate. Okay, in here God says, see, true Sadhguru gives his own introduction. So if deities would be God, okay, then why would God say God will come at the end and give his own introduction if deities would have known, right? Right, so I think we are done with this. I know it was lengthy, but I hope it is now clear to you, seated in you, that deities are not God, none of the deities. Okay, whether you say Shankar, whether you say Ram, Krishna, or any other ideas worship in the temple right now, they are not the image of God. Okay, they are right now as ordinary human, impure human beings, yes, who attains this, attains that reward of becoming deities for some amount of time. By the time they are worshipped, they all are impure because they themselves start worshipping. Right, so right now God himself is here. We should just directly connect with God. Okay,